Tax season is nearly upon us. If you don't have your W-2 yet from your employer, the end of the month is the deadline for your workplace to make sure you have it.
Yeah, you can start filing your tax return once you have that document. In fact, the IRS started accepting tax returns today. Joining us now is Kimberly Washington, a CPA with Bankrate. Kimberly, great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Let's jump right in. What steps can taxpayers take to ensure that they get their refund as quickly as possible?
Well, the first thing they want to do is make sure that they file as soon as possible. You want to head to different resources that may be available to you. You can actually go to irs.gov. They have a lot of free file resources that you can actually file for free. One of the programs is called Direct File. So this is a great way to file for free and directly with the IRS. And so that's one way where you can get your taxes done quickly and fast, and of course, get that refund as soon as possible.
Kimberly, what are some of the common mistakes people can make when filing that can maybe delay a refund?
Right. One of the common mistakes many people make is leaving off some type of taxable income that you may be, of course, subject to report. And once the IRS processes that tax return, they're going to match that with third-party information. And if that information is missing, of course, that can delay your tax return. You also want to look at other things, such as your Social Security numbers, your addresses, and of course, one most important thing is your bank account information. Because, of course, if you put the wrong information, that can delay your direct deposit. So you want to do a double check before you file that tax return.
Yeah, all really important information that you need to pay attention to. So how does filing electronically compare to paper filing in terms of speed and accuracy?
Right. Of course, if you have the option to file e-file, you definitely want to take that option. And that's because it takes about 21 days for the IRS to process that tax return and also for you to get your refund. Paper filing could take up to 6 to 8 weeks. And we saw during the height of the pandemic, in some cases, 6 to 8 months. So if you can e-file, that would be the way that you want to go.
We all want to avoid processing delays. So what advice do you have for taxpayers who are maybe claiming new credits or new deductions this year?
You want to be careful. Make sure that, of course, that you do qualify for the tax deduction or, of course, the credit, because, of course, that's a lot of misleading information that could be available to you when it comes to social media, TikTok, and all these different places. So you do want to double check and make sure that you do qualify. And, of course, if you do, you want to provide the correct forms, make certain, again, that you have the correct information on your tax return. But the key is, of course, more than anything, is make certain that you do qualify for some of the tax credits that you're filing, of course, on your tax return, because you don't want any issue with the IRS.
No, you certainly don't. And this can be a lot of information for folks to digest, particularly if they're going to take this on themselves. Are there ways that folks can get help if they have questions about their returns and filing their returns?
They can do a couple of different things. You can check out some of my articles at bankrate.com. You can look for Kimberly Washington, or you can head over to irs.gov website. And again, remember, you can sign up for free tax filing with the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program with the IRS, so that if you do need the extra hand-holding, that could be one way where you can get additional assistance.
Yeah, and sometimes that extra hand-holding is what it takes. It can make all the difference. Kimberly Washington from Bankrate, we appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.